Okay, we're back out in the garage again. I'm not going to do a whole lot out here today. I didn't do anything yesterday because my wife, in her wisdom, shared her head cold with me. A headache all day. But today I thought I'd come out and clean up a bit, clean up the shit fight I left the other day, which I have. But I thought while I was out, I'd test this, because now this is well and truly cured and there's no water left there. So I tested a little while ago. And that drains really fast. It's coming out of that bottom drain already. And as you can see, that's draining well if I turn it off. This is draining super fast. I'm really pleased with that. That's good. I'm happy. And that's draining back into there really good. So there's a job done. Just a shame I've got to get this thing finished, but I've got the stuff for it. I'll go through that in a second. Actually, I'll go through it now. Where have I put it? There it is. Bought some new bits. I bought some new roll pins because I got rid of those. Those other ones are way too big. Those bolts aren't for that. They're for Dion's job. That's another bolt to go in here. But I'm going to screw in there. I'm going to see if I can get I should have got a lock nut for it. So I can screw it in there, Loctite it, and then lock nut it. And I'm going to machine that in there to put the sleeve on. Or actually machine that end for the sprocket to go on. And no, there's not enough. I'm going to have to make a sleeve because I need it to go in the bearing as well. There's bearing there. So I've got all that stuff this morning. Went for a drive into town. Those bolts and washers are for Dion's thing. And here's the update. Now look at that. Compared to that. Do you think it'll cut now? I think so. That's going to be mental now. I mean, it'll be a little bit thirstier on air, obviously. Of course it will, but it's only a short stroke, so it should keep up fairly well. And it's not going to go constant. It's not, you know, constant up and down. It's sort of, you know, a second or two between cycles. Yeah, so what I've done is I've got online, because I couldn't get another nut for this to do here. I don't know if you can see that, it's a little bit dark, to replace that one. As it was, that one's UNF and it doesn't fit properly. I had to force that in. So this is M20 by 1.5. So I've ordered a nut to weld onto there, which I'll screw that in and then lock it. So, and what I've also done, these are the other stuff that was for this cylinder. Now that's, you know, that's only a quarter. And that's the one I bought. I haven't used it yet. That's the one I bought. That was the correct one because you've got exhaust here and here. So, and I bought a half inch, because they're half inch VSP. So I've ordered a half inch control valve and a half inch filter regulator. I mean, these will get used somewhere, you know, like, I don't know what I'll do with that cylinder, but, you know, that was, oddly enough, that one looks like a cheaper brand than that one. And that one cost me $160, $170. That one was $100 more. But it's got a full aluminium body. Yeah, so that's going to, yeah, I'll just have to change when I make the top for it, obviously, because it's going to be, let me put that up. You see the size difference. It's not a huge amount when it comes to the mount, but it's going to be interesting to, I may even have to take that out. I'll see. Just depending on, I'll have to measure where these holes go. So it's not going to be overly bulky, not going to be a whole lot more bulkier than it is. But it's certainly, I mean, and I think it's not just, that's double the size, but it's got more than double the power. I can't remember how they work it out, because it's exponential on size. If somebody, whoever watches this, You might be able to work it out for me. Like, you know, 50mm diameter by 100mm, how much force you're going to get out of 100 psi. 100mm diameter. It's double the size, but I'm pretty sure you get more than double the power. So, and we've worked out, because what Dion wants to do is not just cut copper pipe. Try saying that 5 times in a hurry. He wants to cut copper wire, and as I said, there's plenty there. So, you know, he'll be able to just double it up. Like, he's got some bundles of pretty big wire. I'll upload the photo of what he wants to cut up as well. So he'll be able to do that, because this Stomper, this flattener won't mean anything. So, and it's just going to be foot operated. Chonk. So, you know, I'll be stomp, push it through, stomp, push it through, stomp. So just hope that his compressor can keep up. I'm sure it will. It doesn't need a huge compressor. As I said, it will chew through some air, but we'll see. It's going to make things a lot better. See, that's 50 by 100. Where are we? And that's 100 by 100. I thought about getting the 75, but it wasn't a whole lot cheaper. But, you know, that 75 might have even done it, but it is what it is. And that, like I said, it's not that whole lot bigger overall on this frame. So your mount holes obviously are. I've got to measure where they're going to go and what I have to do to modify this. I don't have to do a whole lot. It's the top that's the main thing. It's the top that's got to hold it more than anything, because that's where all the force is pushing up this way. So, you know, I might even be able to get by without having to bolt the bottom, like I have on this one. I think I can. They're 10mm bolts too, as opposed to 6mm, I think they are. So if I make the top plate and bolt that, I think that's probably going to be more than solid enough. So just if I want to try and avoid having to do too much down here if I can help it. As it stands, if I cut it off both sides there, because it's welded underneath. Actually, to be brutally honest, it probably doesn't even need it. If I'm not going to bolt anything on here, I won't need that. Maybe for strength. Yeah. I'll see. It's going to have to, because this bit in the middle here is going to have to come out too, because obviously the neck on this one is a lot bigger. So we'll see. I'll work it out. It should be fine. That'll be next week. When what I'm going to do, even if I don't get this other drive finished, I'm going to do one day at a time, because after having such a long spell off doing this, all of a sudden I've got motivated again. And I'm really keen to get back into this and get it done, because it's been so long now. Lucky, I mean, I offered to make it for Dion. It wasn't something that was requested. So, you know, but I did tell him I was going to do it. And I sort of kind of feel bad because I haven't got it done yet. So I want to get it finished, get it knocked over. They're all the leftover bits from that electric feed. I'm going to have to modify some of these again, these smaller ones, because I tore up the others when I was pulling it apart. So, yeah. So this is going to, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, the only minor complaint, not complaint, but minor concern is air consumption. But I think honestly it's going to be fine. Being only 100mm stroke, you know, and I can reduce that so that it doesn't go right bottom. So, and if I do that right up, that'll be a soft stop, and that'll take out about that much travel, because that's a buffer, that's the adjustable cushion If I do that right up, then that cushion won't release, so it'll stop when it hits that buffer. But we'll see. I want to test it first. The only thing I need is I've got to get some reducers just so I can hook up the stuff I've got, because it's only 6mm and I've got, you know, only little fittings. So I paid a grand total of $300 for these 1/4 inch fittings, because they're stainless steel. That's all they had at the time. Silly me, if I'd gone online, I've got on eBay, and I know it's, you know what a lot of people think about the stuff you buy on eBay and being cheap and the country of origin, but the 1/2 inch by 10mm fittings I got for this, I got 10 of them, 5 straight and 5 elbows, for a grand total of about $40. So it's a little bit cheaper than what I had to pay for those other ones, but you know, you live and learn. I might even try and come up with something that I can utilise that for. Just something I can tinker with, you know. I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure I can come up with something to utilise that. So yeah, that's what it is. That's where I'm up to. I thought I'd come out and cleaned up this. I said I still haven't really finished yet. I've got a few little bits and pieces to throw away. I'll put those away. Put that something. Stick that in the drawer until tomorrow when I'm going to extend that. That's what that's for. So that's, I can plug that in out in the bike shed. I might even use that double adapter and put a light out there. I don't have a light out there, but I have a spare one of these. It's fluoro light. That's the same as the one up above the lathe there. Well, I don't know what I've done with the bloody clips for it. I did have clips for it, and I did have another electrical plug for there, but there's nothing stopped me from cutting that off and joining it, putting the plug on it. So if I go out in the shed, I can just plug that in, just to throw a little bit of light on the subject. So yeah, so that's it. I might even do a video of me putting that PowerPoint in tomorrow. Don't know yet. Close that over. I might do a video of putting the PowerPoint in. I'll see. It'll probably make people make the people lose their shit, because I'm not an electrician, but I have enough electrical now, so I've done it for years. For basic things like wiring PowerPoints, I wired this whole garage up. I ran all the wires, ran all the PowerPoints, all the lights. Did it all. Same with the man cave. The only thing I didn't do was I got the electrician to hook up the switchboard. That's, you know, I think that's a little bit more specialised. But basic stuff, 3-wire setups like this, is a piece of piss, you know, like, it only takes common sense, you know. I put that PowerPoint there, and put that switch there. That goes over to the caravan. So yeah, I wired it all up. It's not, yeah, but I suppose if I just did a video straight on wiring, some people might lose their shit. I'll get my tongue back in my head shortly. So that's it. Battery, I've got to get rid of that too. It's fucked. That pop rivet pliers, they're down there where I threw them in disgust from up there the other day, because they're a pain in the arse and they don't work properly. So I've got another set here somewhere. I'm buggered if I know where I'll put them, but they're useless. About as useful as a screen door on a submarine, those bastards. Anyway, that's it for me. Just got to wait now. Some of this has been sent. My new control valve's been sent, and my new thing's been sent. I've ordered 10mm hose, all the fittings. So, you know, what I might even do is when I get started on this, I might go and get some steel to make the frame and have it mounted on the frame, ready to go. So I can mount all of the pneumatics on the side of it. Anyway, I'm waffling again, aren't I? My apologies. Anyway, people, I'll see you on the flip side, and until then, stay safe. Peace.